Welcome to I Love My HBCU ? The podcast where we express our undeniable love for HBCUs, but where we are also not afraid to address a few tough questions. So, sit back, learn a little, love a lot, and rep your HBCU. Hello, beautiful people. Tosin Richard here, host of I Love My HBCU ? As my 2024 wraps up, I had a conversation with one of our HBCU students from Jackson State University. I asked him to give me his reflection on 2024, and without missing a beat, he said, and I quote, "From this busted economy to whatever that was that we called a presidential race, this year has just been ghetto." End quote. And there you have it. Now, our rapid fire segments on the podcast never fail to bring laughs. So join us in ending this year on a lighter note. Enjoy some of our interns' favorite rapid fire clips and end the year with laughter. Happy holidays to all of you. And here's to a brighter, less ghetto 2025. Yours in HBCU love. See you next year. I'm going to treat you to our rapid fire segment. It is 67 seconds. Going to throw a bunch of questions at you, and I can't. None of them will be on Donna Summer or. I'm not letting this go. Tosin, stop it. That's not nice. I need to let this go.
Oh my God.
I need to let this
That's the
go.
funniest thing ever.
I'm going to let it go. Okay, so are you ready for the rapid fire?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. Ooh, describe your HBCU experience in one word.
Epic.
Epic. I love that. Ooh. If your time in college was a song, what song would it be?
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Oh my God. I'm having a brain fart because there's so many, some appropriate, some inappropriate. It depends on the year and the day. It would be. Oh God.
Give us the inappropriate one.
I can't. I can't even. I don't even. Okay, I'll go old school. Good Times by Lashee.
Good times.
I'll go old school.
So I think this is a better one for you on this question.
Please, yes.
Same preface. If your time in college was a guy.
Okay.
Yes. If your time in college was a guy, who's your dream date?
My dream date, if my college was a guy, I had a great college boyfriend. My college boyfriend was amazing. He was a great guy, still a great guy, happily married, so respectfully, but he was a great guy. So I will just say my former college sweetheart. I won't say his name out of respect for his current, but it set the foundation for good relationships later. And you look back and you're like,
Perfect.
Okay, that was a good relationship. There's something about that HBCU love, whether you end up with the person or you don't, there's nothing like it.
Girl, no, not for me. Mine cheated on me and had a child on me while in college. So not for me. Look at her face. Yes. And I actually hope he sees this.
We gotta go out for cocktails after this because, girl.
True story.
Oh my God.
True story. Undergrad, woke up one day. Yes, you had a baby on me. Absolutely.
That is like,
yes.
And that's when happening young like that really affects your dating for years to come, unless you healed right away. And back then, I mean, not say back then, I don't know, but back then we didn't have the same. Self-care was not the buzzword of the day. So we had to figure it out later on in life.
You're right about all of that. No, Tosin did not heal well, all of that stuff. Yeah, all of that.
Yep.
But we're here now. We're here
Okay,
now.
you're
Okay. We both literally, we totally disrespected the 67 seconds, but I've still got two more questions for
okay,
you.
okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
Um,
It's supposed to be a speed round.
I guess it's not. Shout out your favorite professor and what did they teach?
Professor Patton, he was my favorite professor. He taught theater. I was a theater major. He taught theater. Professor Paul Patton.
Last question in what is no longer a rapid fire. What would you have wanted to tell your college roommate but didn't?
My college roommate, once I moved off campus, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We were roommates the junior and senior year, and then we moved out to California together. We both started our new lives in California together. So we both gave each other the courage to move to California cross country. And I will forever be grateful to Shauna Orr for that. Or she goes by Akasha Orr now.
That's beautiful.
But she was just
Akasha
a
or
great roommate and a great person.
That's beautiful. I like the way you phrased that. You both gave each other the courage because we
Yes.
don't always have the courage to take that necessary step. Or
Yep.
even if it's a non unnecessary step, you never know. Take the risk anyway.
The
You gave
risk.
each other the courage. It's
Let's do it.
67 seconds of as many questions as possible. And David is always ready. So I'm just going to throw these questions at you. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. David, describe yourself in 3 words.
Caring, loving, passionate.
Caring, loving, passionate. Believe it or not, I wasn't expecting those, but those are beautiful. David, you are at your college graduation. Who do you want as the commencement speaker?
J. Cole.
J. Cole. J. Cole as the commencement speaker. Okay. What's the best meal at your HBCU?
Like, are you talking about that I've had in school or at my school? At my
At
school,
your school.
all right,
Yes.
we'll go, I'll go fried chicken Wednesday.
Fried chicken Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Ooh. Burna Boy or Ashake?
Hey,
You should see his face.
you know, you know what? I'm gonna go Ashake. I'm gonna go Ashake.
I'm Ashake all the way. So
Yeah,
yes.
I'm gonna go
Okay,
Ashake.
okay. So I was just told that my time's up, but I'm gonna ask one more question. Shout out your favorite professor and what do they teach?
My favorite professor is Jesus, and he teaches life.
I'll take it. I'll take it off record. I want to know why. For some other reason. Not why is Jesus Christ your favorite professor. That's not it. But I love how non traditional you made your answer. You're the very first person ever to give us a non traditional answer. You're at your graduation ceremony. Who do you want your commencement speaker to be?
Good one. Oh, that's such a good one. Um, wow. Mm. Wow. I feel like it would be so nice if we could have like Michelle Obama.
That would be beautiful. That
Yeah,
would be beautiful. I'm rooting for that too. She's got 2 more years to come to yours, so I'm rooting for
exactly.
that for you. Amari, describe yourself in 3 words.
Hmm. Hardworking, goal oriented, and driven.
Hardworking, goal oriented, driven. You literally use the synonyms of this, so you're just somebody that's gonna get that. See, this is why you need to brand Miss Stand on Business. That's why you need to brand it. What's the best meal at your HBCU?
Mm. I don't know. Probably nothing. The Chick-fil-A.
Oh, God is
The
good. She said
Chick-fil-A.
probably Chick-fil-A. She initially said probably nothing, guys. You heard that. Okay. And Kat, let's do better. Let's do
Yes,
better. Let's do
please.
better. Let's do better. Okay, I have a feeling you're going to give me a really good answer for this one. What's your unpopular opinion about HBCUs?
My unpopular opinion about HBCUs is that all of the negative attention and all of the negative like stereotypes that are placed on HBCUs are exacerbated by the media, and the Black community doesn't do anything but feed into it. And that's why everybody has such a negative perception of HBCUs, because we just feed into it. But you don't see these white people out here bashing their PWIs when they be having just as much stuff going on as we do.
I'm coming back to that. You know I'm coming back to that. You gave us a lot. I'm coming back to that. So I've been told that my time's up, but I always ask this question, so I must. Shout out your favorite professor and what do they teach?
Oh my gosh. Dr. Kimberly McNeil, and she teaches marketing concepts. Well, no, she does not teach marketing concepts. She teaches consumer behavior.
So Dr. Kimberly McNeil,
Yes.
hopefully you get to not only hear this but see this. Amari smiled so wide when I asked that question that she knew that that's the name she was going to say.
Absolutely.
So thank you for all that you are doing at North Carolina A&T for marketing students, because
Yes.
that's the feeling that you're giving them. She's like, of course, Dr. Kimberly McNeil. I love it. Let's do this. Okay. Time's on the clock. Samantha, if your time in college was a song, what song would it be?
Something about something about Lil Jon.
Okay, I'll take it. Yes, I'll take it. My excitement when I saw Lil Jon come out as Usher at the listen. Okay,
College.
Don't eat up her time. Okay. What would you have wanted to tell your college roommate but didn't?
Girl, stop hogging the TV.
Stop hogging the
We
TV.
only got 113 inch. We got 113 inch in here.
13. Describe your HBCU experience in one word.
Fulfilling.
Shout out your favorite professor and what did they teach?
Oh, Dr. Govain. He was one of my journalism professors. He was actually the dean of the journalism department. But he really, I'm not going to cry, but he really made sure that, just a good man who made sure that I was going to do good in my career, because at my school, journalism wasn't big, but I knew what I wanted to do. And he told me, he just instilled in me that I could do it to this day. But, Lincoln, especially a lot of HBCUs, they don't specialize in journalism and TV. Not all of them, some do. But my school particularly didn't. But he knew that was in me. And he really fostered that drive of a young journalist named Samantha Thomas at the time.
I love the way you had an emotive reaction to remembering the impact that he had on you. That's very special. And I bet there are others who have that exact same reaction when they think about the paths and the steps that you've taken in their lives. So I think that's beautiful. They've told me the time's up, but I always take the liberty to ask I take the liberty to ask one more question. So I think it's a 10. On a scale of 1 through 10, how good of a student were you?
Like a 8.5.
See, I gave her a 10.
Maybe
she's being honest.
On occasion, a 9. Because
she's being honest.
Yeah. I showed up to class.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I ain't gonna lie. I'm ready.
Just describe yourself in 3 words.
Black, confident, and hard working is 2 words.
We'll take it as 1. Black, confident, hardworking. Got it. I like that you started with black. Nobody has started with black yet. I love it. Ooh, you're at your college graduation.
Okay.
Who do you want as your commencement speaker? I want to hear yours.
Oh, Denzel Washington.
Denzel, why? I thought you were going to go with somebody else. Okay, Denzel Washington.
Great speech before, and I would love to have him.
He's inspiring. He really is. I'm eating up your minutes. What's your unpopular opinion about HBCUs?
Every day is not lit.
Every day is not lit. I love that. Every day is not lit. I really like that. Okay. Shout out your favorite professor and what do they teach?
Um, who, who? I ain't gonna lie. I don't have no favorite professor.
No
I could,
worries.
I could say my favorite. I could say my favorite. Like, my Miss Faulkner. She's an advisor. That's
Okay.
my. Man. Look,
I'll take
she
that.
for me,
I'll
man.
take. I think I need to start asking your favorite person on campus, not just
Yes, Miss
professor.
Faulkner. Miss
Miss
Faulkner.
Faulkner.
Miss
We'll
Faulkner.
give it to Miss Faulkner. Okay. Last question. This is so not fair. Biden or Trump?
Can I can I get neither? I ain't gonna lie. I say neither. I can't give you none of them. Neither.
Listen, that's why I said it's not fair. And we're not going to make this political. We're not about to get into all the details why it's not fair. But, okay. You're going with neither. And I think there are a whole bunch of human beings that are probably going to be in agreement with you. Describe your HBCU experience in one word.
Undaunted.
Undaunted. See? If your time in college was a song or a movie, what would it be?
Song or movie? Okay. Song, it would be Optimistic by Sounds of Blackness.
Okay.
And movie, it would be probably Love and Basketball.
Ooh, I love that. Okay. Is there a story you're going to share with us?
Listen, so I was a basketball player my whole life.
Okay.
And in college, I dated a guy in high school that I loved, and he went to Minnesota and played basketball. Then I dated a guy in between there. He was cool. But I was leaving the Morehouse Clark Atlanta game, and I met the man that I thought was the love of my life.
Okay.
And I think that because I had a big thing with Chris Webber at the time.
Okay.
And the guy looked just like Chris Webber, and he also played Clark Atlanta basketball, and his name was Juan. Shout out to Juan. Juan's married to a Spelmanite, actually. So, hey, Juan. But, and he went to Clark. Y'all, I thought I was going to marry that man. When I tell you, when I say love in basketball, like, I wasn't playing basketball at the time, but I was ready to go back and get on the court if that's what it was going to take to play for his heart. Like, I loved him. So it's so funny now because we're still cool. And, like, when I see him and it's all love and stuff, and I'm like, man, I used to love you. But it's so crazy. I learned about this later. And he just told me this a couple of years ago. He came over, he was real big in OCD about, like, cleaning up and doing stuff. And so, like, my closet is terrible. It was just always terrible. It's better now, but it was terrible then. And my grandmother, who, mind you, my mom and my grandma lived in the same neighborhood the whole time I grew up. So I would see my grandmama every day. Like, that's just what we did. He came over to do something. He was helping me organize. But my grandma was like, let me talk to Juan for a minute. So I go upstairs, I mind my business. I now know that conversation because Juan was older. I was a freshman at the time. Juan was like a super senior. Like, I think he was like trying to figure it out. You know how they play basketball, go to junior college and all that.
Of course, yes.
And my grandmother said, I like you, but you're going to have to let her go. And he was like, what? And she was like, you are not good enough for her. And where she is going, she can't take you. So I couldn't understand a couple weeks after that. Juan started getting real funny acting. Like, you know, mind you, I graduated high school at 17. I was turning 18. So, like, I couldn't drink. I couldn't do a lot of that stuff that everybody was doing because I was always a year behind them from year-wise, age-wise. And Juan told me this. He was just like, your grandmother had always told me that you were so special. That because Juan was like trying to settle down and get married, and he was talking about babies and stuff, and I was like, no, like, you know, because I'm a freshman, I'm at Spelman, I'm figuring out my life. He's 22, somewhere around there, trying to figure it out. I'm 18, 19, you know, and she's like, no, like, her life is no. And so he later told me, and I'm gonna make sure I share this episode with him. He was just like, you were so beautiful, you were so smart.
and your grandmother's plan for you was so refined that there was no place for me. And shortly after that, he went and played basketball in Puerto Rico. Mind y'all, this is before FaceTime, Zoom, Skype. Like, it was like literally writing letters and hoping that the phone would work because we were still waiting on 9 minutes to be free after 9 o'clock. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it wasn't like now if I'm dating somebody overseas. And he left, and it was over. And I actually was like, you broke my heart. You had me looking crazy. That's when Monica had that song out, So Gone Over You. I was nuts. Oh, my God. I was losing my mind. And I was like, a matter of fact, my professor, Mr. Paul Thomason, Mrs. T, I loved him. Mrs. T was like, baby girl, because I was in theater studies, and I was an art minor. And took a lot of theater and art class. And Mr. T, we were painting. There was a Yoka Chinzero was doing a play. Love her. Amazing filmmaker and playwright. But I was painting the floor black inside of the freaking theater. And I was going through it. And Mrs. T was like, what? He has a nickname for everybody. My name was Farello. I don't even know if he knows my real name. But he does because I texted him, I check on him all. He just retired not too long ago. So, and that's how, by the way, that's how small Spelman is. I still know my professors. Like, I can call, even though Dr. Gale was not there when I was there, I can text her. I know all of my people, right? And so he said, Farello, let me tell you something about life, baby. I'll never forget it. He says, even if you marry, even if you have kids, everybody needs their own island. He said, love is a boat. Relationships are boats. You take that boat and you sail to that other person's island and you let them sail back on yours. But baby, you keep your own island. And so I'm freaking out because I'm like, what are you talking about? How can you tell? Mind you, Ruby D was there because we were doing this. It was called Flying Over Purgatory. You were just bringing back all this. Flying Over Purgatory was what we were working on. And so we were blacking out the black box. Ayoka Chinzera was decorating it. The girl who played the mom in Ray, of the little Ray boy on the movie Ray with Jamie Foxx, her name was Salome. I don't know how I remember all this stuff now. You're bringing it to me. But anyway, so I'm like, Ruby D is in my atmosphere. You know, all these people are there. And he told me, he was like, love is a boat, but you keep your own island. And baby, what you doing is you making your island that man island. You get on a boat and you go to his island and you let him come to your island on a boat, but you keep your island. And that was what, 2001, 2002? I've never forgotten about my island. Now, I might become a little dismayed in relationships in the past. I'm in a great domestic partnership now. I love Malcolm. But I'll never forget him telling that to me because I was so hurt. What I did not know was that my grandma Rosa had already orchestrated that this man was going to leave me alone because she had plans, right? Yeah. She had things she wanted me to do. And so I think I'm now there where I'm like, my grandmama, her dreams, she already knew, like, no, you got stuff to do. And all this want to be married and all this stuff early, no, you got stuff to do. And so it goes back to those ancestors' dreams for you. And sometimes you got people praying over and for you that you don't know nothing about. And so now when he tells me this, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe my grandmother told you to leave me alone.
I love that you guys are still friends. That's number one, and friendly.
Cool. We're so cool.
Yes, I love that. But I also I have this thing that we totally bastardized the 67 seconds, by the way, but that's my fault, not yours. But I also love, I have this saying, I keep going back and forth. I have this saying whereby there are no mistakes in life. Mm-hmm. And as I listened to your story, I actually wrote down, love is a boat, but you keep your own island. As I listen to every single thing you've said, literally, all I keep walking away with, there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. That is so beautiful. Wow. And this all comes from Love and Basketball being the
Love
movie.
and Basketball, girl. I'm going to call mom when we get finished. Like, I just talked about you in my podcast.
You have to. You have too many to pick from. Who was your favorite professor in college?
Okay, I'll give you two. Mr. Thomason, who I just talked to you about, because that's my guy. But Akua McDaniel. Akua McDaniel was the art history professor at Spelman while I was there. And she was brilliant. She still is around. She retired. But she was the one who I learned about Sart G. Bartman from. So everything in Spelman's kind of your core class or core based coursework is required to be embedded in some type of African diaspora or about women. So if you took, I took science because I wasn't pre-med major or anything like that, but as a part of your base coursework, it was interdisciplinary science and it focused on sickle cell. Why? Because sickle cell and its impact of the Black community. So in this intro to African American artists, our African American women in art, we talked about, Fannie Lou Hamer and like all these people and, Faith Ringgold, who she just passed away, but I learned about her there in that class. But Dr. McDaniel, first of all, she was fierce. And we had to do these ideas of this iconography of like the Black female form and the Black body. And this is back when like the video vixen was like a really big thing. And so she taught me about Saartjie Bartman and Sarah Bartman, it's for depending upon where you are. And we talk about, which is interesting because it's this idea of the disproportionate glorification of the Black female form. I could talk about that all day. I won't on this call. But I learned about the fact that this woman was kept in a cage, and because of her voluptuous form, she was put on display in circuses. And her body at her death was dissected to see if we were different than our counterparts. And matter of fact, we're talking about, again, art, because the form was, we were comparing current and modern art day forms to previous ones. And Dr. McDaniel, she woke something up in me to understand this idea of iconography and imagery and the optics of the Black female form and what that looks like through art and through music. And so it just made me more conscious. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my Killer Mikes. Michael Render's a really good friend of mine. Tip, Clifford Harris. I mean, I'm giving you all the Atlantas. But I paid more attention. And Lord forbid we talk about Nelly's tip drill, because I was a part of that whole thing where we stopped him from coming on campus. And I think I probably still would have stopped him coming on campus now, just knowing what we knew, a part of that movement. But I realize the importance of that now. Because remember, when we were in school, we didn't have social media and things like that.
Absolutely.
Facebook actually came out my senior year in college, and I didn't even have a Facebook page then. I was happy they let me keep my Spelman.edu site, because when Facebook first opened, you had to have .edu to be on it. And so, Akua McDaniel changed my life. And I don't think I've ever told her that, actually. I probably should, but I don't think I ever told her that. I tried to connect with her on LinkedIn, but she's retired, living her best life, child. So, but I'm gonna see if I can find her. But her and Dr. T, those were the two that I was like, I would stay late, I would get there early just to be in their presence because they were so smart. Mind you, my largest class at Spelman may have been 30 people.
If your time in college was a song, what song would it be?
Smile by Charlie Chaplin.
Smile by Charlie Chaplin. I love that. What would you have wanted to tell let's go undergrad. What would you have wanted to tell your college roommate but didn't?
Please pray for me for my process.
You are one deliberate human being, and I love it. Shout out your favorite professor and what did they teach? And it can't be you.
Dr. James Jones, American History with the Stain of African American Suffrage.
Wow. 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 Describe your HBCU experience in one word.
Exhilarating.
Exhilarating. If your time in college was a song, Charisse, what song would it be?
If it was a song, Here and Now.
Here and Now. Oh, that's a beautiful song. What would you have wanted to tell your college roommate but didn't?
I wish you didn't have other roommates in our room.
Visitation. It's still a problem.
Part, but
So we know Skylar is a brainiac. On a scale of 1 through 10, how good of a student were you?
oh gosh. Well, it depends on what semester we're talking about. I had some. No, I did pretty well. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, though.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I was probably about a 7.5.
That's good. Yours is the first 0.5 that we've gotten. People will give 7 and 8 and 9. 7.5. That's an honest. See, I said Sharice is going to be honest. That's an honest answer. I love it. Shout out your favorite professor, if you remember, and what did they teach?
Oh my gosh, Dr. Hawthorne. She was a speech teacher. And let me tell you, she actually gave me a D my freshman year. And I love her because it was a learning experience that D. I was an excellent writer. When I was in high school, I took every English class there was. So I used to write these fabulous speeches, and I thought I was the best one in the class, okay?
Yeah.
And she could fail me. And I'm like, that was amazing, compared to my peers, So we get through the whole semester, and I'm like, why am I still at this? I can't get away from this D, So we had I thought, I don't know. In my mind, I thought she didn't like me because that's what you always think. Oh, she just doesn't like me. Why? I don't know. Why would she not like me? So I had a conversation with her, and she told me basically, oh, your papers are phenomenal, but this is not an English class. It's a speech class. And your speech is horrible. Because I had the New Jersey accents. And so she gave me an example, and she said, say water. What is that? What is that? And I said, water. And she was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. There's no D in water, Sharice. And so I'm like, she's like, it's water. And she's like, that's what I'm saying, water. And she's like, and then like there was a guy in the class named Milton, and she's like, what is his name? I said, Milton. Right? She's like, no, it's Milton. So I spent that summer pronunciating all of my words, took a class again, and got a day.
I love that story. I love that story. Describe your HBCU experience in one word.
Ooh.
Memorable. So I typically ask music for this one, but Lauren, I'm going to ask movie. If your time in college was a movie, what movie would it be?
Stomp the Yard.
Stomp.
And
That was too easy. That was too easy.
It was filmed on our campus.
I did not know that.
Yes, another fun fact.
She's going to give us so many fun facts today, and I'm loving it. Stomp the
Yard
Yard
was filmed on Clark Atlanta University, and they used Clark Atlanta's marching band, the Mighty Marching Panthers. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, so I'm going to cheat. I typically only ask a song or a movie, but I want a song now. If your time in college was a song.
Ooh, this is so hard, but not really that hard. I'm going to go with Swag Surf.
Okay, I'm telling on myself and how corny I am. Do you know I did not know that was? I really did not know that was until much recently. Yeah, no, seriously. Like I know it now, but I did not know it before. And my students, because I'm at Morgan State University, and my students are like, Dr. Tosin, what's wrong with you? This is like an HBCU staple. All of us know it.
A staple, yes. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm corny. I've used up your time, so I'm going to take liberties and ask you a couple more questions for the fun of it.
I love rapid fire.
I love it. Although we're not treating it as a rapid fire.
No,
we're just talking.
We're just talking.
What would you have wanted to tell your college roommate that you didn't?
Do you want the real?
I do.
Ooh.
Just don't mention names, but I do.
Well, the funny thing is I don't remember my first college roommate's name.
Okay.
Ooh, I would say be respectful of the space that we occupy.
And no one's going to hear me doing it because I don't snap well, but girl.
Listen.
Mari, describe yourself in 3 words.
creative, autodidact, man of God.
Those were a lot of
Oh, my
words.
fault. My fault.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. You're at your college graduation. Who do you want as a commencement speaker?
Jeremy Anderson, because that's my cousin.
Is he somebody we would know?
You might.
Is he a singer?
He's a motivational speaker, so he's kind of like on the Eric Thomas type of, like he did a conference with Eric Thomas. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Jeremy Anderson.
Yes,
Kudos. What's the best meal at your HBCU?
man.
It's looking like none.
Breakfast.
Breakfast? We'll go with breakfast. All that squirming he did is looking like none, but we'll go with breakfast.
Oh no, the food is amazing at our school.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. What's your unpopular opinion about HBCUs?
I'm not sure how popular or unpopular this is, but despite the fact that our infrastructure might not be as good as other schools, due to the lack of funding, I still think I know that you can get a quality education, and a lot of successful people have come from HBCUs. So.
I love it. Absolutely love it. The time's up, but I always ask this one question, so I'm still going to ask this question. Shout out your favorite professor and what do they teach?
Oh, man. I got a lot of favorite professors.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely.
Oh, man. Professor Olatunji.
Professor Olatunji.
Fellow Nigerian. He teaches a lot of classes, but one of the main classes he teaches, I think in my freshman year, general ed, called Life and Teachings of Jesus. It's an OG class,
Tavon, describe your HBCU experience in one word.
Nostalgic.
Nostalgic. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If your time in college was a song, what song would it be, Tavon? Oh, he's thinking about this one. I like it.
Yeah, my time in college was a song. What song would it be? Honestly, it would have to be like an old Baltimore Club Mix song. Like Hey Riders. Yeah.
Hey Riders. I don't know that song, but okay.
Oh, it's a Baltimore Club Mix house music song.
I love it. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. What do you like most about HBCUs? Short answer. What do you like most about culture? What do you like least about HBCUs?
Nothing.
You nothing least about HBCUs?
No.
I don't believe you, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't believe you. But I'll take it. If you remember,
HBCU, nothing's better than HBCU. I mean,
nothing is better.
All of it's like when you were raised in your mama house. You get the good, you get the bad, but it raised you, it brought you up.
I love it. Absolutely love it. If you remember, what was your best meal in college?
Ooh, our cafeteria used to be so lit. We used to have the best food there in our cafeteria.
What year was this?
2000. I was at Coppin from 2005 to like 10. Yeah.
Okay. Good... Shout out to Coppin's Cafeteria 2005, 2010. Because that's not what I hear all the time.
We had a little food place in our tallest building downstairs in the basement that made really good. Yeah, we had some good food.
I love it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Lovely. Let's do this.
Okay.
If your time in college was a song, what song would it be?
Oh gosh. I don't know why this song popped into my head because promise you, I am not this old. But Celebrate Good Times Come On. That was the first thing that came to my head.
That's a timeless song.
Yeah, but that did not come out when I was in college, I promise you.
It's timeless. It's timeless. Describe your HBCU experience in one word.
Eye-opening.
Eye-opening, eye-opening. If you remember, what was your best meal in college?
Ooh, I don't judge me. I had grits for the first time in college.
No judgment, no judgment, no judgment here whatsoever. On a scale of 1 through 10, how good of a student were you?
A 10.
A 10. She said a
Mm-hmm.
10. A 10.
I was
We're going to get into that in a second. A 10. Shout out your favorite professor and what did they teach?
Dr. Stretcher. He taught finance among some other business courses, and we are still in touch today. And I may be next time I'm in the Houston area, I will be visiting him and introducing him to my family. So,
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a long lasting relationship. That's beautiful. Okay, I'm taking the liberty to ask you one more question. What would you have wanted to tell your college roommate but didn't? Her eyes
oh,
enlarged.
her birthday. I just talked to her the other day. It was her birthday this week.
Okay.
Um.
Oh, that's beautiful. You guys are still friends. That's
Okay.
nice.
Hope she doesn't see this. You don't know everything. Oh, don't.
You don't know everything.
I love Aisha. We're still good friends.
Okay, so Brooke, number one, I appreciate you for answering that question honestly. Most people try to gloss over it. You answered it honestly, and I still think it's a kind response. I love it. I absolutely love it. She's like, I'm ready. Okay, I love this. All right, Jemiah, describe yourself in 3 words.
Empathetic, determined, real.
I love how she gave it like a split second and just went empathetic. I love it. Okay. This is a good one for you.
Okay.
It might be too late for us to get whoever you're thinking, but let's dream, right?
Okay.
You're at your college graduation next year, May 2025. Who do you want as your commencement speaker?
Kamala.
Kamala, she smiled. Oh, I love the way she said, Kamala. Okay. Kamala Harris, can you hear the excitement in Jemiah's voice? She's the incoming SGA president, Mississippi Valley State University. You already told us Fried Chicken Wednesday, so I'm not going to ask you what the best meal at your HBCU is. What is your unpopular opinion about HBCUs?
It's not a fashion show every day.
It's not a fashion show every day. I like that.
People think that it's not a fashion show every day. Now, I can't speak for Howard. I have a couple friends that go there. It is there, but not at all HBCUs.
All right, so I was just told that my time's up, but I'm always going to ask one more question. Right. Shout out your favorite. It could be a professor, it could be a staff person, it could be an administrator, it could be another student. Who's your favorite person at MVSU?
Artravian Elps.
Who is that?
That is my man, my significant other.
Oh, excuse me! Look at the excitement on her voice. All right, tell us about it. Altravian Elps, you said?
It's Artravian. We call him Trey though, so we'll call
Trey.
him Trey Elps, like Mike Elps. EPPS.
Trey Elps. Tell us, because when I say you smiled, like, I know who I'm going to say.
When you started asking the question, I was like, okay, I had an administrator, I had a teacher, then I was like, okay, but then you said student, I already knew where I was going. We've been together officially 2 years. We've been talking for longer than that. We met my freshman year incoming. So we met during the summer after we were all accepted, got in a big group chat. Can't go too into detail because it's a long story, but
okay.
Definitely my favorite person. I love him.
So they do say that some of us find our significant other, partner, husband, wife while we're in college. And I think it is beautiful for those who do. Tell us, what is it you love about him? That's number one. But number two, for somebody as accomplished, somebody as focused as you are, and you've been together now officially for 2 years, what's been the secret to a healthy, I'm going to call it healthy unless you tell us otherwise.
No, it's
And
very healthy.
it's healthy, very. She's like, no, very healthy. What's the secret to a healthy, thriving college relationship?
Okay, well, for number one, my favorite thing about him is that he's just so selfless. Not just when it comes to me or family, but literally anybody. And that goes from on campus, off campus, just in the real world, whenever. He will do everything he can to help if he can. I just love that about him. Even when he has so much going on, he'll still find time to help. Now, as far as number two, the secret sauce, honestly, and I feel like as young people, we hear this a lot, communication, but it definitely is communication and understanding. Now, luckily, he does a lot as well as me. Like, I was in SGA, he was in SGA. I'm the president of my chapter. He's the president of his chapter upcoming. He was vice president last year. So, like, he does a lot on campus. He's also starting his own organization slash club. I'm not gonna put his business out there, but on top of that, he does a lot of other things. Like he was recognized as the HBCU White House Scholar last year. He has an internship. He's a part of a lot of things. So we're both very busy, so that also kind of helps because we both understand that, we're not going to always be able to do what we want to do. But also with some us being in some of the same organizations, we're going at the same time. So then we have like the same schedule kind of. But definitely communication and understanding because you can talk all you want, but you have to understand what you're saying and understand where they're coming from. Like I feel like with him, I've definitely learned that just because I feel some way doesn't mean his way of feeling or thinking is wrong either. We're both entitled to that. So he's definitely taught me a lot as far as like emotionally. And I really just love that, but definitely understanding as well.
Dare I say, you both sound very mature with regards to your approach to your relationship. And I think what I love about what I hear is, I know some people are going to interpret this in a biblical sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's really what I mean, but as you were talking, I hear two people that I don't know you. This is just Tosin speaking. That are evenly yoked. That's kind of what I hear. That they are actually pace on pace with each
Mm-hmm.
other, which kind of makes things work out a little smoother. I wish the two of you the absolute best.
Thank
And if there's a
you.
wedding and you feel like inviting your soror, let me know because I might come.
There will be a wedding. You
He said
definitely
there
get it.
will be a
You will definitely receive an invite.
I absolutely love it. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Say ambitious, gorgeous, and helpful.
I love the gorgeous part.
Yes,
Listen,
had to
I
throw
love the gorgeous part.
that in.
I love the rest too, but I love the gorgeous part. Okay, Victoria, you are at your college graduation. Who do you want as your commencement speaker?
Ooh. Beyonce, why not?
Sure. I hope people don't come for me because of that. Yay, Beyonce. What's the best meal? What's the best meal at your college?
Last semester we had a seafood boil. That's the best meal we've had. That was like top tier.
I like that. I like
Yes.
that. I like that you didn't say fried chicken Wednesdays.
Mm-mm.
What's your unpopular opinion about HBCUs?
That they do prepare you for the real world.
Unpopular opinion. They do prepare you for the real world. Victoria, shout out your favorite professor or person on your campus.
Dr. Cornelius, Dr. Reader, and I'll shout out my RA just because Tommy, because she's going to be doing great things for her life as a biology major too.
I love it. I love it. Okay, last question. What message do you have for your president that you have not shared with them yet?
Make me SGA president soon. That's next steps, next goal, maybe in the next 2 years.
They're going to see you as the SGA president soon. I love these goals. I love these goals. I love these goals. Okay, that's it. I loved that. You've been listening to I Love My HBCU ? Let's keep the conversation going as we share our stories and encourage more practical support of HBCUs, whilst, of course, holding each other